Do the police have the power to stop protests? Do protesters have any risk of legal action? Well, here's all you need to know about your right to protest. In recent years, India has seen a great number of protests, be it the CAA protest or the latest farmers' protest. But are these protests even legal? Or can the administration book the protesters for raising their voice? Well, legally, we have the right to protest. But what's interesting is that in the fundamental rights provided to us, the word protest is not mentioned at all. I know you must be wondering, then how do we have the right to protest? So, the right to protest is actually indirectly protected under the Constitution by Article 19(1)(a), B and C. Let's know how.
Article 19 of the Constitution of India grants us right to freedom. Some of the clauses are freedom of speech and expression, freedom to assemble peacefully without arms, and freedom to form association and unions. By answering these three clauses, it can be said that we have right to protest. Yes, indeed, right to protest is nowhere explicitly mentioned in our Constitution. However, in a landmark judgment by Supreme Court of India, Menga Gandhi versus Union of India, it was held that it is possible that a right does not have express meaning in Article 19 of the Constitution, but can be inferred by reading that article with a broader perspective.
But you must know that these rights are not absolute. What this means is that the administration can impose some restrictions on these rights under certain circumstances.
In a civilized society, right of one person must be exercised in a way that it does not infringe with the right of another person. Based on this rationality, reasonable restrictions are imposed in Article 19 Clause 2 to 19 Clause 6 of the Constitution of India, some of which are security of state, friendly relation with other state, public decency, morality, sovereignty of the country. In the recent case, Rakesh Vaishnav versus Union of India, this is popularly known as farmer agitation case. The Supreme Court said farmers do have a right to protest subject to the public order. Public order is itself a reasonable restriction granted under Article 19 Clause 2 to 6 of the Constitution of India.
So this means that only peaceful protests are lawful in India. And if the motive of any protest is to incite violence or disrupt the normal functioning of the state, then it is considered unlawful. Although at times there can be a fine line between a lawful and unlawful protest. The Supreme Court has made it clear in a number of judgments. One such example is the CAA protest in Shaheen Bagh. In the Amit Sahani versus Commissioner of Police case, the Supreme Court said that since the road blocking in the protest was troubling the public, the administration had the right to clear the obstructions.
In Amit Sahani versus Commissioner of Police, popularly known as the Shaheen Bagh case, in this case, blockage of public ways by the protesters caused a great inconvenience to the commuters of that area. The Honorable Court held that though there exists a right to protest against a certain legislation, but public spaces cannot be occupied in such a manner and that too indefinitely. The court further held that there exists a right to protest under Article 19 of the Constitution of India, but for a protest of such a level, there have to be taken due approvals from the relevant authorities as prescribed by the law.
But the police forcefully vacating the protest site isn't always lawful. One such case was Ramleela Maidan versus Home Secretary. Baba Ramdev had a peaceful protest against black money, but when they refused to vacate the place, the administration violated their right to protest by imposing Section 144 and the police raiding the Ramleela Maidan.
Yoguru Baba Ramdev and his followers were peacefully protesting against the black money issue in the UPA government alliance. Delhi police raided the Ramleela Maidan with tear gas and water cannons. Supreme Court took the suo motu cognizance of the case and held the action taken by the police was not only violative of Article 19 of the Constitution but also violative of Article 21 of the Constitution.
So now we know that we have the right to protest and it can't be taken away until the protests cause violence or trouble the general public. Because as per Article 51A of our Constitution, it is a fundamental duty to safeguard public property and to not cause violence. That's about it for this time, but if you liked the video and want us to bring more such videos, then don't forget to hit the like button and share this information with your family and friends.